Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Today we are here with a video of a Mars transiting in the sign of Sagittarius. Now going to friend's house, fiery sign, fiery planet. So how it is going to impact all the 12 ascendants with his three aspects. Let's welcome Akash Chauhanji from Calgary, Canada. Akash ji, 28th December, important day, two planets transiting.
Roji, exactly, you're right. 28th December, important day, two planets transiting, and Mercury is in retrograde motion, transited into Scorpio, and Mars, on the other hand, is entering into Gandanta point from a water sign to a fire sign, where it is very comfortable, by the way. So, positive, very positive. On the hand, we uploaded a Mercury video in the morning, in the my night, basically. Now, this is in the morning, we are uploading the Mars video. So this is mostly for the people who are going through Mars Dasha and Antardasha and Pratyanta Dasha. They will have a lot of effect of this transit. Here we go. This is how Mars transit in Sagittarius from 20th of December will look. Mars and Jupiter do not have enmity in them, but they are not very good friends also. So they are sama. That means neither friends, neither enemies. Mars is a very aggressive planet and Jupiter is a very peace loving planet. So they both have very different energies. But there is the story of Lord Kartikya when Jupiter and Mars came together because Jupiter did not have the Vidya of warfare, like physical, like practical warfare. He has the knowledge of what you say, theoretical warfare. So then Lord Shiva advised Mars and Jupiter to work together to train Lord Kartikya. So here the energy of Kartikya is going to be invoked as soon as it enters into Sagittarius. For Aries ascendant Rohitji, Mars is going to be transiting in Sagittarius from 20th of December, that is today, and Mars is transited into the ninth house, into the house of destiny. So destiny will be at peak now. Here the Lagna Lord is in the ninth house, so very positive. Any foreign travel, any kind of travel in foreign areas, or any kind of association with foreign lands is also seen. Buying of property in a foreign country is also possible because of the fourth aspect of Mars. The seventh aspect of Mars goes into your third house. So there can be new partnerships, new communications that can be happening through your partnerships or partners, and which can create a lot of good blessings for you during this period. This is not the house where Mars feels very comfortable, the third house where it is aspecting, but the seventh aspect of Mars means it also means that there can be some quarrels with your neighbors, with your relative, if your Mars is bad in your birth chart. So it completely depends on how and what your Mars is, what kind of results it is giving you overall. Mars eighth aspect is going to be on the uh, fourth house for you. This is again related to property, again related to some kind of good news in property. And here, sorry to say, but Mars puts a very debilitated aspect, but which is good in terms of there will not be very big harm to property. There will be some problem that you can face in property area or in vehicle area or in the health of your mother or in your inner peace. It can be disturbed for a while, but that's not going to be putting a big dent because this is a debilitated aspect. And remember, what debilitated means is powerless. So this is powerless aspect of Mars, which means that and Mars is the karaka of land and property. So during this time, those who are wanting or getting or into the procedure of buying property or land, very good time for you. All the best. Those who are watching this for the first time, do subscribe, and there is a WhatsApp link you can click, and we can discuss if you're going through Mars Dasha and Antardasha, that how this period or your Mahadasha will be happening. Very soon, 5th of February, Mars is going to get exalted. That is going to be very pleasant for Aries. The Lagna Lord getting exalted. Very good time for career. So keep watching for that video. Do subscribe. For Taurus ascendant people, Ruji, Mars is transiting into the 8th house here. And as it is transiting into the 8th house, it is also making a Vipreet Rajyog. And this Rajyog is going to be a very positive one. Because Ruji, 8th house is the house of transformation. And Mars here will do some kind of very good transformation. It is already entered into Mula, into the Nakshatra and into the area of transformation only, Ruji. So at 0 degrees now. So some good transformation is coming, and especially those who are thinking of achieving their goals or getting some bigger thing in their life, It is very positive because of the aspect of Mars on the 11th house for you. So the higher goals can be achieved. There will be a lot of fire energy inside you to achieve higher goals. In terms of Mars aspecting the 12th house, here Mars can also give you good returns from your investments, like good money from your partnerships as well. Because 8th house is the house of shared resources. So from family also some money inheritance wise could come, or maybe declared that you will get some kind this kind of property or this kind of area of your life. And the eighth aspect of Mars is on the third house. This is where you have to be a little bit careful because this is the debilitated aspect. It will not cause big trouble, but here Mars can cause some kind of communication problem or misunderstandings between your siblings after this inheritance or thing can happen, right? It can cause some kind of trouble in your neighbors, in your quarrels in your area related, or some kind of uh, sorry to say, but accident of a very near and dear one, or some kind of trouble, legal trouble that you might get into. So, number one thing to do during this period is do not sign for anyone else. Like, do not do any kind of bail or give any kind of what you say guarantee for any other person, because that can cause problem for you. So do not take other people's responsibility. Transform yourself into a better human being by someone who's in legal trouble. You should not go and enter his life unless and until you know that this is life and death situation. So this is what you should avoid. But overall, a very beautiful period. Mars is not going to do any eat you up. Very good time. It is going to have. There is going to be very big transformation in your life in terms something. Remember this. I really love Taurus ascendant people. All my Really, my 70% of clientage is Taurus and Libra. I don't know why they are attracted towards me or why I am attracted towards them. I'm always everyone from Taurus ascendant is love connection with me, and Libra also. So here, be careful. Those who are watching for the first time, do subscribe, and there is a WhatsApp link. Click on it, and you will be directed to my team, and they will help you set up an appointment. Gemini ascendant people, Rohitji, seventh house, very important house in your horoscope, especially for Mars here. Mars is the owner of the sixth house, going ahead, going one house in progression from the sixth house means lot of gains from your enemies. That means if you are into any kind of legal thing or legal you need some kind of justice in legal area, you will get justice. Your communication on the other hand, or your relationship on the other hand, will go on a very big transformation because it is in the Gandanta point. That means it is just at entering into a from a water sign entering into fire sign. Okay, so a big transformation in your relationship is happening because of the aspect of and this is positive transformation, by the way, right? So positive transformation. On the other hand, Mars is aspecting your 10th house, so very good, some kind of good constructive, what you say, progress in your career. Some kind of big responsibilities can come to you. It is aspecting your first house. This means that your completely approach will be very fiery, like you will be very aggressive. But this aggressive can also lead to some kind of heated arguments in your family because of the aspect of um, Mars in your second house. So what does it mean? Second house is this is a debilitated aspect. That means there is no power here of Mars. So this is the time that you can aggressively react with your family members. Your speech will not be in your control. So this is what you need to take care of during this period. But overall, it's a very very beautiful transit. If you are thinking of getting some status restored in your in your time, it is this is the best time. Your status will be restored. So all the best. Very positive. Those who are watching for the first time, do subscribe, and those who have already subscribed, there is a link below if you want to book an appointment. Thank you so much. For Cancer ascendant people, Rohiji, here, it is aspecting the Lagna, the 12th house, the ninth house. So there is going to be a foreign connection. There is going to be some kind of, from your work area, especially see, the fifth house Lord is entering into the sixth house. So your creativity, now your work will start. Somehow your work, or there will be some good green signals regarding your work that you're going to receive. In the sixth house, Mars here is, this is the place of your health also, of your, litigations, of your health, of your enemies. And Mars here is supposed to be killing all the enemies without mercy. This is what Mars does. Like, no enemies, no interview is that you cannot pass. You will be able to get through all the interviews during this period, and you will all the competitiveness, you will show, what you say, extreme creativity, and you will win in that areas. Mars aspect on the ninth house, the fourth aspect, means that there will be some destiny. Destiny will be completely working in your favor. There will be peace, so much happiness that your destiny will provide you, and your karma, spiritual karma that you have accumulated, will give you, because both the houses of karma and dharma are activated, the ninth house as well as the 12th house, because 12th house Mars will aspect, and this aspect means a lot of spiritual, like very aggressively you will be doing spiritual practices. This is the time that there can be good pilgrimage that you have decided that will really work for you. That means you will be going to very good places related to spiritual importance. So great time for all the Mars Cancer ascendant people, and there will be little bit of confidence issues, maybe thinking about how the new role that you have got, or how the new responsibility that you have got, how will you do it. But with time, and very soon, 5th of February, Mars is going to enter into your 7th house, and it will become exalted. So that is the time you get your designation. That is the time you get a lot of fire into yourself to do the best, and do you have to that is the time you will partner with yourself and make sure that you achieve things that are like not even in dream also you thought you will not be able to achieve. That is the kind of energy that is coming through. So all the best for Cancer ascendant people. Those who are watching for the first time, do subscribe. Those who have already subscribed, thank you so much. And there is a WhatsApp link in the description. Just click and you will be able to book an appointment with me. For Leo ascendant people, Roji, Mars is transiting in Sagittarius from 28th of December 2023. Here, Mars is a yoga karka. Okay, and it is yoga karka means it is the owner of both the auspicious houses, the Kendra and the Trikona, and it is entering into the fifth house. That means it is entering in progression from the fourth house. So that means some good benefit from real estate, some good benefit from your motherland, some good benefit from things related to your mother. There is going to be inheritance, property, buying of property, buying of vehicle can happen for Leo ascendant people, and especially those who are going through Mars dasha and Antardasha. Very, very good. I am going through Mars dasha, Mahadasha. So let's see how this works out for me, because it's a very big transformation that is happening. So creativity will be very good in terms of wealth. Your wealth will be there will be good wealth. Now I always say that during the time when there is Mars, any association between the fifth house and the eighth house, there can be some lottery or some kind of sudden gains that you can get. So I'm hoping that some Leo ascendant will say that I won lottery, and Akash sir, here is your share because you said that we will win lottery. If it is legal in your area, play it. This is the right time. I got my lottery yesterday. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, I think the result will be out. Let's hope for the best. Here, Mars is aspecting your the fourth aspect on the eighth house. So there will be a lot of new research, new development that you will be doing during this period. This research will give you a lot of inner peace and give a lot of good direction and transform you during this period. There's going to be some good research. On the other hand, Mars is also aspecting the 11th house of gains, social circles. This is the time that you have to partner up with other people and make sure that aggressively work on the goals that you are trying to achieve, and you will be able to achieve it. And Mars is also aspecting with a debilitated aspect on the 12th house. That means it is the time of introvertness, it is the time of spirituality, it is the time of not creating any kind of legal trouble with anyone, because here you can get into, because 12th house is the house of losses as well, right? Expenses. So expenses can be on the rise, especially expenses related to children, expenses related to your some kind of buying some things for children can also happen. And I can see it very evidently in my chart that it is happening because I'm going through Mars dasha, right? So yes, hopefully a very good time for Leo ascendant people, and you share your experiences, that I want to know that what, how it works out for you. You write it down about when it transit ends. Then you should write down and tell, you said this and this happened, this did not happen. So I will get more idea about how planets impact you and everyone. All the best. Those who are watching for the first time, subscribe. Those who have already subscribed, WhatsApp link is in the below. You can click and talk to me by talking to my team. Virgo ascendant people, Rohitji. Here, fourth house, Mars has progressed from the third house to the fourth house, entering into Gandanta point, into a fiery sign, right? Fiery Rashi. Here, this is the time when you will have a lot of transformation in your home area. There can be, right now I'm talking Virgo ascendant people, there can be renovations going on. There can be buying of new car. There you may be cleaning your car. You may be doing some kind of good chores in your home area. You might be doing some good things for your mother. You might be gaining something from your past contracts. Coming third house is the house of contracts. Getting into the fourth house, that means this is the time your inner peace is being restored. And especially the fourth aspect on the seventh house means that you and your wife or your partner might be entering into some kind of contract or some kind of legal binding related to property. This is also can happen. The tenth aspect on the seventh aspect on the tenth house means that in your career area also there might be some growth or some kind of advancement in your career. There will be new responsibilities coming to you, and aspect on the 11th house means that it is not going to be a very smooth ride. It means that it is a debilitated aspect. That means you will have to put extra effort and do a lot of research before making any friends and making any friends a partner. And this is very much viable for people who are going through Mars Dasha and Antardasha. You will find it more accurate when you go and just look at these aspects. You will see, yes man, I'm into this kind of zone. I need to take caution and do this. But overall, for a Virgo ascendant people, it is one of the best times when Mars is entering, so it is good news. Even if Mercury is retrograde, the owner of your chart, and sitting in the third house right now, right, today only it has gone there, still this Mars will try and give you lot of benefit, lot of, the dispositor of the third house is in power, right? So that means Mercury will not be able to do bigger harm to you in communication. Okay, all the best. Those who are watching for the first time, do subscribe. Those who have already subscribed, thank you. And there's WhatsApp link for appointments. For Libra ascendant people, Libra, third house Mars. Third house Mars means here, uh, from the second house it has come to the third house. From verbal things now it has come to written communication. So everything that was promised to you verbally will now convert into written documents. So a very positive time for Libra ascendant. Mars transiting here also means the aspects will become very active. So this is the house of courage, third house. So your courage will be at peak because Mars is at the point. There will be a very big transformation in your personal interest, in your courage, in your approach, in your communication. This is what is going to happen. Mars is aspecting your sixth house. Here we have to be careful because this is the house of health, especially health related to mother, because it's the fourth aspect. Okay, and Mars is not a very pleasant sign, pleasant planet. Lungs, very importantly, lungs should also be taken care of because it is sitting in your lungs area. And those who are smoking and drinking, be very careful because this is the time Mars is aspecting your sixth house with the fourth aspect, and fourth is going away from home. That means you can even go to some kind of jail or something because Mars can put you in behind bars if you do any kind of illegal stuff. Mars is a protector, right? Security. That's why any police, military, these are the very professions related to Mars. So very careful in this area also. Mars is aspecting your ninth house. This means that long distance journey can happen for Libra ascendant people, but expenses will also be on the rise. And because of this, there can be also delay in the work related because of the eighth aspect of uh, Mars in your tenth house. There can be some kind of delay in your or some kind of problem in your work area. So Jupiter is taking care of it, and 2 days later, Jupiter is going to get direct in your seventh house aspect, the 11th house. So your goals will complete, but somehow you will feel little bit of struggle and lot of effort you will have to put, lot of research type of effort, joint effort you have to put in your career area with someone because of the eighth aspect. The eighth house is the house of shared resources, right? So here, by sharing some responsibilities with another colleague, you will have to move forward during this period. Hopefully, a very beautiful time. All the best, Libra ascendant people. Those who have not subscribed, do subscribe. WhatsApp link is in the below, and you can comment or you can talk on WhatsApp with me. For Scorpio ascendant people, Mars is transiting in Sagittarius from 28th of December, second house. Here, the Lagna Lord is sitting one house in progression in the second house. That means lot of gains through your own effort. All the effort that you were putting, it's not going waste. This is the time you will start getting uh, efforts. But because it is gains, because it is the also the house of your family. So here we have to be careful that Mars is an aggressive planet, right? And it is entering into a fiery sign. Your speech has to be controlled. You can be very aggressive with your family and very egoistic in terms of your self-respect. That is what need to be avoided. Mars is aspecting the fourth aspect on the fifth house. That means there is going to be some good news from your children. All the best. There's going to be some good news that is going to coming from your children. In fact, those who are also wanting to get some money out of speculative investments, very good time. Those who are also wanting to do higher education, especially in engineering, very good time. Very nice. Mars is aspecting the eighth house. This is the seventh aspect in the eighth house. That means here you will have to partner with a family member in terms of getting some kind of fixed asset. That means maybe a land, maybe some kind of thing where you may get some kind of inheritance kind of stuff can also happen. So hopefully, let's see what happens, how it is working for you. This is also the time that insurance can also mature, so you can get money out of insurance as well. Mars aspect on the ninth house is a little bit challenged. Here, spirituality wise, you will neglect a lot of things. So that's why being spiritual, getting spiritual karma is also required. So do a lot of meditation, do a lot of charity during this period to calm down the energy of the eighth aspect of Mars on your ninth house. But overall, out of 100, it is 90% very, very awesome time for Scorpio ascendant. Even Mercury sitting in the first house and retrograde right now. You must have seen the other video, right? That is especially if you're going through Mercury Dasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha. This is especially for Mars, Pratyantar, Antardasha, and Mahadasha. So, accordingly, check your balance. If you're not going through both of them, then check what other planet is transiting and what kind of results it will give you. You will get that in the monthly and the weekly sections very clearly. For Sagittarius ascendant people, it's in the Lagna. Okay, it has entered into the Lagna. Lagna is a fiery sign. Okay, Mula Nakshatra. It has entered here, and Mars is the owner of the 12th house. This is the time that you will receive all the blessings of the spiritual wealth that you have accumulated. Okay, spiritually, we do a lot of things. We say, "Oh, we did this. We are not getting the results." This is the time to actually get results. This is the time that you, with your own effort, can create real estate because of the fourth aspect of Mars on the fourth house. Okay, fourth aspect of fourth house, very important in terms of real estate, vehicle, in terms of getting some kind of fixed asset, in terms of getting new home, refinancing, getting loans on it, and so many things. Mars is aspecting your seventh house. Seventh house is the house of partnerships. Here we have to be careful and be very see. If you have this kind of placement in your birth chart, you become manglik. What is the meaning of manglik? Manglik means a person who has extreme energy of Mars. That it needs someone that's with same energy so that they can gel together. There is another story of Manglik and Angarika, who was married to Mars because they both energy could survive with each other. That is how Manglik thing came into play. When sages like Parasharaji started seeing lot of people with Mars in such placements, and when he saw that when they married to someone who has same placement or same kind of energy they have, then it is good. But when they marry someone else, then Mars becomes very uncontrollably aggressive. And it is here Mars is putting an aspect on the seventh house. There can be some kind of aggressiveness in your relationship, but this can also be positive. There can be transformation happening because this is time when it is entered into Gandanta point of transformation. So a big, even that it can be possible that a big fight happens and later on you transform, that you say that okay, we have lived, we understood now how to live with each other. On the other hand, business partnerships can also go to a little bit of turmoil during this period. So you have to be careful and not be aggressive because even when you have Lagna Mars, you are very aggressive and very impulsive kind of personality. And this time, transit wise, also it will make you for a little bit of while. So be careful and be very vigilant about it. Mars aspect on the eighth house means that there can be again, see, fourth and eighth house is active. That means inheritance, shared resources, okay, money from your family, money coming in, some kind of sharing of money can happen. So if you are in that zone or in that area right now, things will work in positive way for you. And there's going to be big transformation in your thought process also. There will be a lot of innovation related to astrology, numerology, all these mystic sciences, because Mars is the planet that is responsible for it. Because in the Kalpurush Kundli, if we see the eighth house, it is ruled by Scorpio. Okay, and Scorpio is the house of transformation. So it has entered from the house of transformation into the Lagna, aspecting the eighth house, which has that kind of energy present. So all the best for transforming into a better human being. That is what is more important. Those who have subscribed, thank you so much. Those who have not, do subscribe, and WhatsApp link is in the personal this personal appointments is below. You can just click and you can directly talk on WhatsApp. For Capricorn ascendant people, Rohitji, it is in the 12th house. So 12th house is not considered to be very, very auspicious, right, Rohitji? Because this is the house of expenses. But whenever a crude planet like Sun, Mars, they sit in the 12th house, it is considered to be auspicious. Especially the 11th house Lord in the 12th house means that, you know, now there will be a little bit expenses, but that expenses will happen because of the goals that you have achieved, because of the money that you have received. Now you will have to you do expenses, and especially that expenses will be related to siblings, related to your family, your neighbors, such kind of thing. During this time it also means that there can be long distance travel, and expenses related to long distance travel can also happen. So this is another thing that can be cooking during this period. But spiritually, you will be very, very active. 12th house is the house of spirituality, and being planet like Mars sitting here, you will be aggressively participating in spiritual activities. Mars is aspecting the sixth house. Here, there is a little bit challenge because this is the house of health, and 12th house, where it is placed, is the house of hospital. So now, what does Mars demand whenever it is sitting in the 12th house and looking at the sixth house? It demands blood. So the biggest remedy that I tell everyone when Mars is into such position is to do blood donation. During this time, if you do blood donation, there will be less chances of you to get any kind of hurt or accident or something. But very careful, 28th of December, right? 2 days there is New Year and you are going to be partying and all. This is also the house of jail, and Mars is the planet that really loves security. If you try to go out of your, out of your head and go into breaking the law, breaking the security, then you will be punished because of the seventh aspect of Mars on your sixth house of enemies, litigation, and placement in the 12th house means it can put you into isolated place for a few days in a jail, or you have to spend some money going to hospital, having food poisoning. Such kind of things also can happen, alcohol poisoning. So carefully, do everything in moderate. Do not drink and drive. Mars aspecting on your seventh house also means that because of this, there will be sudden transformation in relationships. Many people won't even know that you have done anything wrong and you could do anything wrong. They will have a new kind of idea about you, they will have a new picture about you. But in a positive way, also in your relationship, there can be a big transformation, and you will find out during this period that who is your enemy and who is your friend. This is what is the biggest takeout of this Mars. You will understand that who is the one who came to help me when I was in a lot of trouble, and who is the one who does not even respond, did not even respond. So it is a time of eye opening. Okay, all the best. Aquarius ascendant people, Mars is entering into the 11th house. Now, 11th house is the house of gains and a lot of things. And here, there's going to be a big transformation in your friend circle, especially being your Lagna Lord in the Lagna, aspecting your 10th house. Your career is already going to slowly start improving. Mercury in the um, uh, 10th house right now can give you a little bit communication problem in your work area, but because Mars is in progression from the 10th house to the 11th house, here you can achieve your goals very easily, aggressively, and impulsive action by putting impulsive action. It is also the time that your wealth will increase because there is a combination that is happening between the second house and the 11th house. The 11th house planet is aspecting the second house, the fourth aspect, so there will be little bit happiness when you see your bank account. So in a way, very good. The aspect of Mars on the fifth house means that there can be some collaborations, or there can be education, new education initiative that you will take. This also means that this is the house of kids, so there can be some problem or trouble from the kids also, because seventh aspect is not supposed to be very good. It is house of Mercury, right? Mercury and Mars energy do not go together very well. But yes, there can be something that you need to work on for your kids or your life partner, your love life, and such kind of things. And the eighth aspect of Mars is happening on your sixth house, and this is the house, Rohitji, very important house. And what is this house? This is the house related to your litigation, troubles, debts, problems. And eighth aspect of Mars, sudden ups and downs here can happen, and this is the right time for such things because you are going through 31st New Year party. And this party will can become very lethal also. So what do you mean? It means that be in discipline, do not break any law during this period. Very important message for all the Aquarius ascendant people, because Saturn also is aspecting the third house of hardships. Why do you want to? No party, no driving, no drinking, no alcohol, no food poisoning, such things can happen because it is sitting sixth from the sixth house and aspecting the sixth house. So little health problem can be seen here. But overall, out of 100%, 90%, it is very positive. Wealth is coming, right? So all the best. Hopefully, it is a very good transit for you. And those who are watching for the first time, do subscribe. And those who have already subscribed, thank you so much. WhatsApp link is in the description for personal appointments. Pisces ascendant Rohiji. Now here, a very important placement of Mars entering into Gandanta point, especially into the 10th house of career. Here, second house is ruled by Mars. Rohiji, ninth house is ruled by Mars. So Dhan Karaka, the Kismat, that is Bhagya Karaka, both the thing is entering into the 10th house in a very transformative way. There is going to be a big transformation that you can expect in your work area. There is going to be some big responsibility coming to you. Both your all three kendras, if you see the 10th house Mars where is sitting, it is looking at the kendra, that is the first house. It is also looking at the kendra, that is the fourth house. It is also looking at a trikona, that is the fifth house. So it is one of the most auspicious placement of um, Mars for Pisces ascendant people. Here Mars energy also tells us that there is going to be some kind of decision that we can take related to partnerships and getting some kind of property in partnerships, getting some kind of land vehicle, or putting some kind of business in partnership. So this is that period. The aspect of Mars on the fifth house tells that there can be some kind of education or higher education that you can expect your organization to tell you to take it, go into research, go into some kind of, what you say, deep, getting deep knowledge. On top of that, this aspect also says that there can be some kind of problem in your home because of the fourth aspect, seventh aspect on the fourth house. It is aggressive aspect, right, Rohiji? So here work life balance should be maintained, especially the same with the fifth house. It is house of romance, love, and kids. So during this time from 28th of December to 5th of February, you should also be thinking about spending some good time with your family, with your wife, with your loved ones, romantic partner, or your children. Give attention to them as well. That means the overall takeaway is that work-life balance has to be mentioned. It does not mean that okay, year started and you started rushing into work and leave all the family away. So, but it is going to be a good time for partnership and building new things. So, a very positive time. Those who are watching for the first time, do subscribe. Those who have already subscribed, thank you so much and all the best for this transit. Rohit, your voice, Rohit.
Thank you very much, Akashji. And I think end of the year is full of transits. Two planets transiting same day, and then 31st December, biggest planets Jupiter will be direct. This is good news, and the good news is that we are entering 2024 in very happy manner. Extended family of 37,000 plus subscribers. Thank you very much to all the family members, and keep blessing, keep sharing the videos, and those who are just seeing video for the first time, please be a family member, subscribe our channel. We will be fortunate to have more family members. And those who want to consult Akashji, those who want to have a video consultation with Akashji, you want to know about your chart, so many important decisions you want to take, you can send your details on the WhatsApp number given below. You go to the description, there is a WhatsApp link, click and you will be directly on the WhatsApp, or you can visit www.acastro.ca. Thank you very much once again to all the family members. Thank you very much to you, Akashji, because making so many videos, there are two transits in a one day, and you are making two videos. This is a work required. Your formula is, your mantra is not to miss even a single transit, and this is a blessing for all the family members because they get guidance continuously and regularly. Thank you very much, Akashji.
Thank you, Rohit.
Meet in some next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Mata Di, Om Namah Shivaya.